everybody, welcome back to Fun in Tim's Garden. This is a pretty quick episode, mostly going over some progress, going over a couple of mistakes I've made. It happens. So first, let's just look at our containers. They are taking off. I've got a mini forest happening down here. Got to get these things outside. So let's look at our first container. In this one, remember, this is our chilies and peppers. In the front, we have Big Jim chilies. Look at these. I haven't had such a good crop in years. And right behind that, the new Mex Heritage chilies, again, they're this big. They've never been this big this soon. In the third row, remember, these are the seeds from the chilies from Sickler Farms. These are chilies that I just roasted, scraped some seeds, and dried them in the sun. But look at what's happening. We've gotten nothing. This is a really good reason why you buy seeds from different places. Play around, experiment, see what happens. Right after that, we get into our pepper section, the King of the North. Look at these, just like my chilies. They're like this big. This is wonderful. I'm so excited about this. If we can beat those rabbits, that'll be a different episode. We are gonna have a really good crop. Following that are the lilac bells. They're equally exciting. These things are huge for this time of year, at least in the history that I've been doing this. And right behind that at the end are the chocolate beauties. Again, I got 3 plants. They're all 1.5 inches high. I've never had this much success. When we get them outside, let's just hope it continues. Let's move on to container number 2, my Snapdragons. Now here's where I made a mistake, I think. I was at a really cool seed site, Superior Seeds. Really check it out, it's nice. And their tips and tricks, they really recommended not spreading your seeds out. According to them, and I suspect they're right, all those seeds are competing for the resources of the dirt in the pot. Instead, I just kind of spread them out. I was in a hurry, I was tired. We'll see what happens. But hopefully, I'll just have big bushy Snapdragons when I get them outside in a pot. We'll see. Right after that are my Vincas. Now remember when I said I always like to plant in threes? I want to cover my bases? Well, the reason for this is look at my Vincas. One of them is huge and it looks gorgeous. And the other two, they're kind of coming along. Want to cover my bases, want to make sure I have at least one successful plant. Sometimes we completely fail, but that's okay. In this case, I'm gonna have one good Vinca for sure. The other two, they'll come along. Right behind that are my Coleuses. Now these are smaller than I was hoping for. I was really hoping they would be bigger by now. I followed what it said on the seed packet and we'll just see what happens. I've never done Coleuses before, so it's an experiment. We'll take what we learn, we'll use it again next year, because I really want some Coleuses. Right behind that are the Impatiens. Now these I'm a little worried about. My experience with Impatiens is they've grown really, really fast. What the seed packet said to do was start them much earlier. I kind of split the difference, but I thought they would be farther along by now. We'll just see what happens, because I really want Impatiens. They're just so beautiful. Okay, moving on to container 3. This is the tomato section. My first one, the Black Seaman tomatoes. They're taking off, they're huge. I think I need to add some more dirt to those little pots. Now again, I'm gonna mention my rule of threes. I always plant in threes, because you'll notice, I've got 2 out of 3. What did I do different on the third pot that isn't growing? You got me. Same dirt, same light, same pots, same seeds. That's just the way it works, man. Right behind that, we've got my cross-pollinator, the sage. We got the same thing happening here. I planted 3 plants. I've got 1 that's taken off. The other 2, I don't know what's happening. So I really hope I have sage, because sage smells incredible in your garden. You go out on a hot summer day, you're gonna pull some tomatoes, maybe pull some weeds, and that sage just sort of wafts up when the wind picks up. It's good. Right behind that are Brad's Atomic Grapes. These are taking off. All 3 plants, they're doing fabulous. I'm not sure I'm gonna have room in my garden for all 3 of them. I might have to donate 1 or 2 of the plants to a local community garden. They send all their excess food to the community food shelf. I can't think of a better gift to give. We're now moving on. We've got the 2 climbing ones, the blueberries. These are ones I've never done before. They're doing great. Hope I have room, because boy, they look good. And just following them are the black cherry tomatoes. These are the ones that I had last year. Excellent in a salad. They were so good. And all 3 plants, they're taking off. And finally, perhaps my favorite tomato of last year, the chocolate pear. 3 pots, and they're doing great, all of them. I've got plants this big already. By the time I get them in the garden, I might have them this big. Gonna be good. These I've got to put in my garden. I loved these. Okay, moving on to container number 4. My first plant in there is another cross-pollinator. This is my basil. All 3 plants are doing great. I can't wait. I'm gonna have basil in everything this summer. Right behind the basil, the Berkeley tie-dye tomatoes. These are wonderful. I said the chocolate pears were my favorite. It's a tough race because these, they're beautiful, they're tasty, they're good in a salad, they're great on a sandwich. We'll see what happens, but they're doing great. Right behind those are the white Thomasills. These were the mystery seeds. I got 3 pots going, 2 plants are taking off. We'll see what happens. I really want to get one of these in my garden because I want to know what they taste like. Following that are the hillbilly potato loaves. Oh my goodness, all 3 are doing good. Can't wait to try these. We tried these last year. I was not successful. Had to do it again this year. With a name like that, they gotta be good. Right behind that are my black brandywines. Never had these before, but they're taking off. These are pushing against the top of my biodomes already. I gotta get them outside. They're just doing so good. And finally, my petunias. Now I did kind of the same mistake here. They got spread out over the top rather than a couple of single seeds. A little bit of competition for the resources in those little pots. But I gotta tell you what, we'll see what happens. I'm gonna get them outside. I wanna get them on my deck. I cannot wait to be sitting out there when the wind picks up and just enjoy that wonderful, beautiful aroma. So that's it. That's my quick update. Our next episode is going to be about the greenhouse. I'm hoping to set that up this weekend. It's late March, early April. It's been a really warm winter here in Minnesota, which is great. Again, something I can't control, but I can take advantage of. So, I'm going to get that greenhouse out and we're going to talk about it. I'm so excited. These plants are primed to go outside and I got to oblige. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for subscribing, everyone. This is great. I hope you are having as much fun as I am. All right, take care. I'll see you later.